Learn how to trust the timing of your life. Hey guys, this is Sarah with Ancient Esoterica, and today I just wanted to share a quick message, again, per usual. And this one is pertaining to really a lot of just like divine timing and trusting in that, and just can we stop bullying ourselves and beating ourselves up about our timing, about perceived procrastination, and like what if procrastination is literally just our soul, trying to align us with divine timing and introducing this resistance, also things can unfold on a specific, timeline orchestrated by these higher forces, higher perspectives. Now let's double click on this. What does this mean? So I was just sitting down to edit my book that I have been writing, and it's kind of funny, I realize the shirt that I happen to wear today says my book title on it. Remember, it's by my favorite, it's for an album by my favorite artist, Mac Miller, one of my favorite artists. And yeah, I just got the nudge, like today is just the day to finally sit down and start editing my book again. And so I have not touched my book for 3 months because I moved and just have been very busy and just really now I can see, just had a lot of like boots on the ground lessons and experiences and just like things to do that had to kind of unfold. And I've seen that when I've taken breaks from editing my book, and even when I took breaks from writing my book last year, it was always because I had to shift, I had to evolve into this like new version of myself to continue on with the project, to continue writing, continue editing, had to shift perspectives, do some shadow work, whatever, become a new version of myself to continue doing the work. So I have not touched my book for 3 months, and I have kind of been beating myself up for it these past couple weeks because I've just been like, what the heck, I want to be this published author. I want to do this. Why haven't I worked on it? Why haven't I sat down and done it? Just inner critic going crazy. And so today, finally sat down, working on the book, synchronicity number 1, like I said, the shirt, just happened to put on this shirt, and yeah, that was pretty cool. And it was just minimized on my computer for these past 3 months. So I just, clicked on it, it came up, and bro, when I read the section that was up, like, you can't make this shit up. So I paused in my editing process about halfway through chapter 6, and the exact part I was at was this part where I was talking about something that happened in 2024 when I went shooting guns for the first time, and how it just was this experience in 2024 that represented and revealed to me my lack of mind-body connection, because my mind was like, yeah, like I've always wanted to try shooting guns. It's cool. Like I'll do it. But my body was not used to that power, the noise, the explosions, and the last time my body had felt an explosion like that was in my motorcycle accident in 2017. So when I shot the gun, I really had a massive PTSD experience that linked to all these stories in my head from the accident, from the whatever. Had like a panic attack, was crying in this fucking gun range, like it was awful. But it was a huge pivotal experience for me, enough to make it into my book. So I'm looking at this, and the reason why this is so significant is because I've been thinking, especially the past couple days, as I've been gearing up to work on the book again, that I want to add on to that, because I knew I had, added that shooting section. I wanted to add on to that because there has kind of been this full circle experience where a few weeks ago I went shooting again with a friend, and it was such a life-changing experience because the PTSD, the nerves, the anxiety crept up the second I went into the gun range. And I'm like, fuck, come on, like I want to do this, stupid body, like whatever. So I just watched for a little bit, and everyone was chill with that. Everyone was like, yeah, whatever, do your thing. So I was with multiple friends, and then finally I was just like, you know what, like, I am in this season right now, because this was a few weeks ago. It was like actually the very beginning of eclipse season, or maybe like, yeah, it was during eclipse season. It's the time when you want to feel your fear and do it anyway, where you want to have those courageous, moments of change, leaps of faith, yada yada. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try it. And I tried like a little bit more than a BB gun, but not quite like a big gun. And that was like perfect to ease into it, because it wasn't this big explosion. It wasn't super scary, super powerful, and I could handle it. Because I was mainly afraid of my strength, because again, this experience revealed to me that I had this story that I'm a lot weaker than I think. And weakness, I am really realizing, is just a reflection of a lack of life force energy in the body. Whether we're ungrounded, we're very much in our heads, or we just have been dissociating for a long period of time. Like, that's what primes weakness. So you can be strong in the moment, hence these like miracle stories of people with the adrenaline rushes when they're able to like lift cars off people. They have this like crazy strength all of a sudden. Like, strength, yes, it is cultivated through like, going to the gym, do you even lift, bro? But also it's being in the body. You can bring more life force energy into your body, and that can breed your strength. Like, I was so afraid of being weak and like the gun exploding in my hand or something stupid like that. All these fears, all these stories that only existed in my mind, that were completely eradicated and eliminated the second I just moved into action within the body realm, which is something that a motherfucker struggles with. Because as a writer, a lot of the work that I do is mind-based, research, knowledge, writing, readings. However, I do struggle coming back into the body, especially with a lot of the trauma that was still residual in my body that I've been working through over the years. But quick side note, very, very quick, very brief. The biggest healing, the biggest like change, embodiment, it happens through, embodiment, or not, I didn't mean to say embodiment, the biggest like manifestations, changes, quantum leaps, just shifts in our lives. It's when you like do the things, when you feel the fear and do it anyway, when you stop overthinking and just like take action anyway. And so, circling back, so I, went shooting a few weeks ago and shot that little gun, and then my friend talked me into shooting an AK, which was like literally huge for me. And like, I literally watched the video of me shooting that all the time, because it's like, I can't believe I did that. And it felt so good, and my friends were so proud of me, and it was such a like healing moment on so many levels for me. And that quantum leaped me, onto a new timeline. Just really what it was proving to myself my strength, feeling that fear, trusting in like my friends, trusting in their belief in me, and then trusting in myself, my capability, yada yada, all that. So that happened. And the reason why this is also significant is because, sitting down to edit my book today, as I stated, I thought a few days ago I should add this, full circle gun shooty story. That was so stupid. Not gonna edit this out anyway, so just, forgive me for the sillies, but this full circle, coming back into the body, feeling the fear, doing it anyway, moving through the PTSD, transcending the stories, and shooting guns, and having such a completely different experience from that 2024 experience. And then I go to sit down and edit the book, and it's right there. Like, that's the section that I had left off on. And it's so funny, because if I had continued editing my book 2 months ago, say, when I first moved into the apartment and back in January, because it's March now, if I had started editing then, I would have been deeper into the book, and this kind of synchronicity lining up moment wouldn't have had as much like potency and meaning, and just I don't know, all this synchronicity is really inspiring me to actually sit down and edit the book, to like, okay, it's time now. And I see why it wasn't time before, because as I was saying, if I got deeper into the book, you know, I would have had to go back and find this section again to add on to it. But now it's just right fucking there. And I can just literally edit that one little part and then complete that section with this full circle story, add the teachings in, and just like, boom, goes the dynamite. So many lessons here, but the main kind of like point I'm trying to drive home is like, trust the timing. Don't shit on yourself if you've been procrastinating, because like, what if procrastinating is your soul's resistance trying to get you to line up with divine timing? Because if I had like bulldozed through that resistance to edit my book, if I had like forced myself to do it, I would have, like, the magic wouldn't be here right now. And like, yeah, maybe I would have gotten a few more pages done. Yeah, maybe I would have, like, you know, gotten a little bit further along, but the progress is stunted, I feel like, when you force it. And when now moving forward with this editing process and adding these beautiful parts onto this book, it just, oh, chills, chilly chills at 11:11 on the freaking recording time. You can't make that shit up. Okay. I don't know. It just feels more like divine timing is on my side, and I can kind of feel the positive momentum, and like, it's all just clicked into place. So, you know, trust the synchronicities, trust the timing. If you've been procrastinating on something, now might be the time to shift back into gear, and you might get some signs to like move forward with that. It might be with a project. It might be with, you know, just moving forward, taking action, starting, picking something back up again. Ooh, ear is ringing. And I want to say we're like a few days away from the spring equinox. There's a lot of Aries transits right now, a lot of just astrology that's generally just this very initiatory, like ignition, spark, go, whoo, chills again, energy. So that is also working in the favor. And I just love when the real world experiences really reflect those astrological transits, because I was just watching a Pam Gregory video on the astrology of this spring equinox, and how a lot of the energy is like just, it's just lock-in season, and it's spring in the northern hemisphere where I live, and it, you know, the weather's warming up, like it's 60 degrees today. I got a couple windows open. It's a little rainy, as you can see, but it's just, it's a vibe. You can feel the change in the air. You can see it in the stars. You can track it. Just, it's there. So, sending you guys so much love. I hope you enjoyed my little tangent storytelling today. Key message here is to just like trust your timing. If you're seeing this now, March, April, spring of 2026, there is this big momentum gearing up and igniting things. It's like, it's the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. Yeah. I'm sending you guys so much love. If there's any way I can support you, if you're feeling this momentum, you know, ramping up, and you really want to, you know, just figure out overall, like, what's being asked of you, how you can take action, how you can align with your highest timeline. If you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like you've been procrastinating, I offer a lot of tarot readings where we can kind of just like go into those energetics, kind of clear the mental clutter, see from that higher perspective, just see what's going on. I offer a lot of Akashic Records readings. Check them all out on my website, ancientesoterica.com. Link will be in the description. Sending you guys so much love. Peace out. Enjoy your Monday or whatever day you're seeing this. Every day is a beautiful day. If you make it, okay. Dilly-dallying. Peace. Much love. Namaste. Love y'all.